you, but you can start on the end of your mat this way. I'll face you this way. So we'll start with our feet in what we call Pilates stance, which just means that your heels are together and your big toes are like 4 fingers apart. If you put 4 fingers in between your 2 big toes, that's about the distance apart they should be. So from that, once you have that position, just wiggle your toes, move them around, create some space in between every single one of them, and then press all of your toes down into the ground. Press your heels down. As you do that, think about also lifting up to the top of your head. So you just got a little bit taller. Everybody just grew like an inch. You're gonna draw your belly button in towards your spine. So you're creating some length in both directions. Now when we do that, sometimes what happens is our rib cage starts to flare open. Did you feel that? Where you just kind of like opened up your chest? Now see if you can bring that back down, but keep your length up and keep your length down. Does that make sense? Got all that? Good. You should feel tall. You should also feel that you're engaged in the core. And then can you pull your inner thighs together more? And you just got a little bit taller even still. We get taller in Pilates, literally. There's like research, like you actually grow if you do Pilates regularly. Anyways, from there, keep that position, keep drawing your abs in, reaching up to the top of your head, and then lift up to the balls of your feet. Ooh. And then lower your heels back down. Let's do that just a couple times. As you lift up, think about pulling your inner thighs together even more, trying to keep your heels pressed together, and then lower down. Lift up, and then lower down. Lift up to the top of your head, hold it there, press every single one of your little toes into the mat, and then lower that back down. That's hard, isn't it? From there, lift up one more time, widen your feet so that you're about hip distance apart, and you have a parallel stance now. And then just wiggle your toes again. I'm gonna have you push down your 2 big toes. Hi, lover. How are you? So your 2 big toes are pressing down, your other 8 toes are lifting up. And then switch it. Push down your 8 toes, lift up your 2 big toes. And try not to move your feet while you're doing that. You might notice you're like kind of going like this. Try to keep your feet anchored and just move your toes. Your toes are very important. You should be able to move them like your fingers. Did you know that? Shit. You should have control over them like your fingers. Every time I say that, I think of this story. Keep doing that, keep going back and forth. I was teaching a class once and I said that exact thing, and one of my clients, she's like, my son can solve a Rubik's Cube with his toes. I think of that story every single time. I'm like, I can't even solve a Rubik's Cube with my hands, let alone my toes. All right, good. Once you place all of your toes down, bring yourself back into your Pilates stance. Your heels are together, your toes are apart. Reach your hands up to the ceiling, sky. Take a big old stretch up there. Reach, grab onto one wrist, give that a pull in one direction. And then to bring that the other way, use your core. Can you pull your belly button in, reach up to the sky, and then switch that. As you're reaching to one side, let's do that same thing again. Lift up, reach. Think about reaching your torso away from your hips. So you're not crunching to reach over, you're lifting and reaching. Can you feel the difference between that? Right? Lift up and over. And then bring that back into center. Dive down, reach for your toes, let your head hang. Let your arms hang. Just let your head and your arms relax out of your joints, finding length in the back of your neck. And then as you stack your spine back up, draw your abs in, your lower back reaches up, your mid back, your upper back, your arms reach. Nice big stretch. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Fez. Welcome to Pilates. I have a very important question to ask you guys that just joined.
Oh, yeah.
You can bring your arms down. That thing, okay, so if you're mowing the lawn, you can't get in the corners, right? There's this device that you use to get the grass in the corners. What do you call that thing?
I have no idea.
Do you know what?
I have no idea.
It looks like this.
It's a thingamajig. It's a thingamajig.
Okay, all right.
You call it long guy? That feels dirty.
Anthony, what do you call it? What do you call it? What do you call the thing?
He calls it long guy.
No.
Yeah,
No.
no.
What do you call the thing? To get the corners. It's called a weed something. Weed whacker, okay. What would you call it?
I'm going to call it weed whacker now. That's better.
That's just because they said it.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I call it a weed whip.
Okay.
Avery calls it a weed eater. That just seems wrong to me. Anyways, a weed whacker.
So everybody here is from that. Everybody in this state calls it a weed whacker.
A weed eater.
Everybody in my state calls it a weed whacker.
It's Dutch original, yeah.
That is too funny. All right, back to Pilates. Heels are apart, your arms reach back up to the sky. Dive down, draw your abs in, let your head hang, let your arms hang. This time we're walking out into a plank position. See if you can keep your eyes looking to your knees as you walk your hands out. Once you're in your plank, focus on keeping your heels pressed together. So we're still in that Pilates stance, even though we're in this lying down position, or we're in this plank position. Draw your abs in, keep your heels glued together, send your whole body forward by pointing your toes, and then flex your feet. You're just moving back and forth from your ankles. Just do that a couple times. You should feel this in the core, just stabilizing here, but then also stretching the back of the legs. One more time. Reach your hips back up to the sky. Your eyes look to your knees, and then walk your hands back into your rolled down position. Draw your abs in as you stack your spine back up. Reach your arms back up to the sky, and then bring your arms down. Take a big step forward to the front of your mat. Take one leg behind the other. Those of you that have been doing Pilates, you're gonna try to sit down without using your hands if you'd like, or if you need to, you can use your hands and take a seat. Da, 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 da. Let's see it, Ryder.
We got it.
Beautiful, that was great, nice job, crushed it. Okay, so once you are on your mat, plant your feet down, glue your knees together. You should feel that your inner thighs are working just to hold you in place here. Take your hands behind your thighs, and then think about pressing your leg bones into your hands. Yes?
Pilates stance?
Good question. No, right next to one another, so you're really close. So you can kind of, your big toes should be touching, your heels should be touching, and your knees should be touching. As you press your leg bones into your hands, do you feel the back of your legs kick on? Can you feel how that works? And maybe you also feel that your tummy pulls in a little bit too, right? So when we're in this position, we should be in like a capital letter C in our back. See how my back is fairly round, okay? We're not here, but we're lifted, we're rounded, and we're pressing into the hands. And then just release that again. Let's do that same thing again. Draw your abs in, press your legs into your hands, and then think about pulling your hands into your legs so you're creating tension. From that position, can you float your feet off and keep that? And then you can just plant them back down. So that same thing again. Draw your abs in, press your legs into your hands, hands into your legs, and you should still be in that capital letter C with your back. Is it round? We're not necessarily tall, we're kind of rounded. And then plant them back down again. If that's a challenge in itself, you can keep doing that, okay? If that feels good, we're gonna roll with it. Chin tucks into your chest, you're gonna roll back, chin roll up, find balance at the top. Keep pressing your legs into your hands and your hands into your legs. Roll back, roll up. Let's do that a few times. Think about massaging your lower back as you reach your lower back to the mat. Coming up, finding balance using your core. We'll go one more here. Once you come back up, hold it there. Try to extend one leg. See if you can keep your knees together as you do that. Return that back in and switch. And then return that back in and switch. Check in on that tension between your hands and your legs. Is it still engaged? Should be. And then return in and switch. We'll go one more on each side. And last one here. And then return both back down. Hold that position, extend both legs. If you want an extra challenge. And then return both in. Keep those legs pressing into your hands. And extend. And return in. Let's do 3 more. And in. Last 2. Press the legs into the hands. Hello, hamstrings. Everybody tight today? Good. And return back in. You can plant your feet down and just dive forward. Good, good. All right, keep your feet planted. Reach your hands out in front of you. You're gonna draw your abs in and start to roll your spine down just like a quarter of the way down to your mat, okay? Knees stay glued together, tummy pulls in, reach the lower part of your back down to your mat. Hold it, hold it, hold it. You can stay there all day. And then round and come back out. Same thing, knees pressed together. Roll the spine a quarter of the way down. Maybe you go a little bit further than you did on your last one. We'll stay here for 4 minutes. No. And come back up and out.
That was so mean.
Okay, only 2 minutes.
Sure can't do that.
All right, fine. Michelle says no thank you. Okay, let's do that same thing again. Roll it down. Maybe a little bit further this time. Tummy pulls in, hold it, exhale, round and come out. Okay, now we'll go all the way down. But it's the slowest thing you ever did in your whole entire life. Okay, take your time. Belly button pulls in, arms continue to reach. Try to make contact with your lower back first before anything else touches the mat. And then your mid back, and then your upper back, Your head lowers down. Your arms can reach up to the sky. Once you're there, let's keep your legs in this bent position. If your feet aren't flat on your mat, bring them in a little bit so you can plant your feet down. From here, reach your arms over your head, loop your arms around to the outsides, and then back up to the sky. You're making a circle with your arms. Reach them up, reach them out, and loop back around. Up, out, and up. As your arms reach over your head, focus on that rib cage connection, just like how we started today, where we wanted to make sure that the ribs stay in place. See if you can make that same thing happen now when we're laying on the mat. We'll do one more here. Once your arms are turned back up to the sky, switch your direction. Press your arms down to your hips first. Reach them wide to the outsides, loop around over your head, and then back down again. Down, around, and lift. Draw the abs in. Can you keep your back anchored to your mat underneath you so you feel that tummy working while your arms are moving? We'll go a couple more here. Down, around, and lift. One more time. Down, around, and come up. Once your hands are turned back up to the sky, you can bring them down to your hips so that they're planted on your mat. And then let's bring one leg at a time into a tabletop position. So you're gonna bring one leg up into tabletop. Draw your abs in as you bring your other leg up to meet it. Now when we're in this position, your knees are still pressing together, so you should feel that connection. We're gonna start to lift the head. So from this position, take an inhale. On your exhale, curl up. Your eyes look to your belly button, and your hands are gonna float like 6 inches off the ground. So you're curled, you're reaching your fingertips like you're trying to reach them past your hips. From here, hold it, extend one leg out in front of you, return that back in, and then switch it. Nothing else moves, it's just the one leg, reaching long, and then return that back in and switch. Back stays anchored, hips stay in place. One more time here. Once you are even, keep your legs in tabletop. Lower your head down, lower your arms down. We're making our way into an exercise called the 100. Those of you that have done Pilates with me know exactly what that is. Those of you that are newbies, you're gonna find out. You never forget it. Let's take an inhale. On your exhale, curl up again. Your arms reach long, and you're floating them about 6 inches off the ground. Your eyes are to your belly button. Now from here, I'm just gonna have you pump your arms 5 times. So from here we go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it. Lower your head down, lower your arms down, and then lower your feet down for a second to rest. All right, so a couple options for your 100 today. Keeping your knees bent like how you had them on that little practice rep will be the easiest variation. You can always extend your legs if you'd like. That makes things harder. Your goal is to keep breathing. Just follow my cues and keep pumping your arms. Let's bring one leg at a time back up into tabletop. We'll start there. Take an inhale. On your exhale, curl up. Reach your arms long, and we start pumping for the 100. We inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Strong pumps with your arms like you have 2 little bouncy balls. Exhale, breathe it all out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend your legs if you want. Extra challenge. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're halfway. Inhale. In, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 60. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 80. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one here. Lower your legs if you can. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs lower down, arms lower down, head lowers down. Woo, you made it. Nice job. All right, from here, keep your left leg on the mat. Bring your right leg up to the sky, and then take your hands behind your leg. You can pull that leg back towards you. Give it a big old hug. Bend that knee, extend it. Just get a little stretch there in the back of the leg. You can flex your foot. That's a bigger stretch. If you want less of a stretch, point your toes. On your next extension, keep your leg reaching up to the sky. Bring your arms down by your sides for single leg circle. From here, we go across your body, around, come up, and pause at the top. Our goal here is to keep everything from moving. The only thing moving is that leg. Your left leg stays anchored to the mat. Your hips stay down. Your hands press into the mat, and your tummy pulls in. across, around, and lift. Let's go one more time here. Pause at the top, and then we switch our direction. We go out, around, and come up. Out, around, and lift. Out, around to come up. Think about crossing that leg over the center of your body. 2 more. And last one. Hold that leg there, lower it down with control, and then bring your other leg up. Take your hands behind that leg, pull that leg back towards you. Nice big stretch in the back of the leg. You can bend and extend. Flexed foot, bigger stretch. Pointed toes, less of a stretch. The next time that you extend your leg up to the sky, keep it there, bring your arms down, press your hands into the mat, and notice how that opens up your chest a little bit more. Your left leg now goes across the body, around, come up, pause at the top. Across, around, and lift. Across, around to come up. Across, around, and lift. Let's go 2 more here. The rest of the body stays still. Last one, and switch. We go out, around, and come up. Maybe you notice a difference from one side to the other. Out, around, and lift. Out, around to come up. Check in on that right leg. Press it down more. Last one. Lower that leg down. And relax. Nice job. Tuck your knees into your chest. Give them a little hug. You can even curl up. Get a little stretch there. And then you can roll yourself up to a seated position. Okay, how we doing? Good. So far so good? Abs awake? Hopefully? Good, good. All right, so from there you can boost yourself forward just a bit. If you're not towards the front of your mat, you can get there. And then I'm gonna have you take your hands to the tops of your ankles and find that same balance position that we had earlier today. Different hand placement, but you're still balancing on your tailbone, right? So from this position, draw your abs in, try to keep that nice round spine and extend one leg. Sorry, Ryder, I know, poor hamstrings. And then return that back in. And switch. Dad, you got some tight hamstrings over there too. Not too bad on that side. Another one a little bit tighter. Good, bring that back in. And switch. You're doing great.
I can see your leg like shaking.
You're doing great. Let's do one more on each side. Just wait till we do both legs. It's gonna be so fun. And last one here. And then return that back in. Plant your feet down. You can just dive forward towards your toes. Knees go wide, head hangs down. Okay, so I'll give you a couple options on this next one. Option 1 is you can do exactly what you just did. If that was a challenge in itself, maybe you just go from one leg extending, return that back in, and then left leg extending. That's cool. If you'd like, we're gonna try both legs. When you extend both of your legs, they should be about the distance of your mat. So you can use that as a little marker. When you extend up, shouldn't be too wide, not too narrow. You're like right in the middle. And just try to hold that. Hold, hold, hold. Comfy, cozy. You could stay there all day. Have you done Pilates before? That's where you're headed. And then you can return that back in. Let's do that same thing again. Nice job, Avery Jolly. Look at that flexibility.
It's getting better.
It is, right?
Such good exercise.
Everybody's getting better. So good. All right, try that just a couple times. You guys are doing great. That's great flexibility, Andrea. That's awesome. Well, you came to the right place. We build strong cores here. Okay, then you can plant your feet down, dive forward. All right, so this exercise is called open leg rocker. It's exactly what you are going to be doing, is you're going to be rocking with open legs. Couple options. If you're like, absolutely not, I will not be rocking with both of my legs up in the air. You can go one leg. Same thing, you roll back, you roll up, and you find balance. Okay, and then you could switch, do the same thing. If you'd like to try the full variation today, those of you that have been doing Pilates, you can try it, or even if you're new and it feels good, go for it. Your chin tucks into your chest, you roll back, you roll up, and find balance at the top. Notice how your center of gravity gets thrown off now that you have your legs up in the air, right, Leah? You just found that out. Yes, exactly. Because if you think about it, our legs are heavy, right, compared to the rest of our body. So they will pull. It's gonna pull you back. Roll back, roll up. Find balance at the top. Give that a couple good goes. If you can't do it with both legs, you can try it with one leg. That is an option. Nice job, you guys. One thing that you could think about doing if you're having a hard time getting back up to the top is after you're done rolling back, think about opening up your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. That'll help you get up. Do that like once or twice more, and then you can plant down. Yay, we did it, nice job. Once you return back into your balanced position, bring your legs together. So let's meet there, okay? Release your hands from your legs with control. Roll down onto your back. Arms come down by your sides. Your head lowers down. Your legs stay up. From here, your legs are glued together. You're going to make a small circle in one direction. Circle one way, and then pause. Glue your legs together. Circle the other way to pause. Circle back. You're going opposite direction each time. This is called corkscrew. And switch. And pause to switch. Last one. Once you are even, you can pop back up into your seated position and plant your feet. Nice job. Boost your butt back. Widen your feet so that they're about mat distance apart, and flex your feet. You're in a nice tall spine. Imagine that your back is stacked up against a wall. You're trying to get as tall as you can against that wall, and then your hands are going to reach out in front of you for spine stretch forward. That's exactly what you're doing. Again, chin tucks into your chest, round and reach. Like you're reaching across the tabletop. Draw your abs in, lower back, mid back, upper back. Everything reaches back up to your tall starting position. It's an exhale to round and reach forward. Inhale, stack back up. Exhale, round and reach, reach, reach. Your tummy pulls back as you reach forward. Inhale to stack back up. Exhale, round and reach. Inhale to stack up tall. Let's go one more here. Exhale to round and reach. Inhale to stack back up. And then bring your arms wide to the outsides into a T. Say hello to a friend. High five. You're doing great. Nice job. Woohoo. Woohoo. All right, we're going to twist. So same exercise, just adding a twist. Let's take your left hand. That's mine over here. You're going to twist and reach to the outside of your opposite foot. And then inhale, stack it back up, and then twist and reach the opposite way. Exhale, round and reach, reach, reach. Inhale, stack back up. It's called saw. Imagine you're sawing off your baby toe. Sorry, it's a terrible visual. Inhale, stack back up. Yeah, exactly. Exhale. Inhale, stack back up. Twist, exhale, reach. Inhale to stack back up. We'll go last one here. Right hand should be reaching to the outside of your left foot. And stack it all the way back up. Bring your arms down. Legs come together. Boost your butt forward. Okay, sorry, we're gonna do a little abs.
Just now?
Just now.
Yeah, what have we been doing until
Oh.
now?
Oh wow, awkward. You do. They're there. We'll find them. They're in there. We're gonna use them. Yeah. So as you probably found out, we do a lot of abs in Pilates. It's not the only thing that we do in Pilates is core, but it is a big focus because we call it our powerhouse. All of our movement is generated from our powerhouse or our core, and then we try to teach like moving out from that powerhouse, right? So if we can start here, get strong here, everything else becomes a little bit easier. So let's start by taking your right knee into your chest and then extending your left leg long. This is called the abs series of 5, okay? Because there's 5 exercises. Your left leg is gonna come up to a floating position as you roll your spine down. You're gonna keep your right knee tucked in. This is called single leg stretch. Pull the knee into your chest and then switch it. And then switch it. Think about your legs being so close together that they graze as they pass by. Your eyes are on your belly button. You pull in, you switch. Eyes on the belly button and switch. And switch. Last one on each side. Last one on the left. Tuck both knees into your chest and then lower your head down for a second to rest. See, we can rest in the abs series. There's lots of rest. We'll try to make it through. When you're ready, you're gonna curl back up. Your eyes are on your belly button. Your knees are tucked into your chest. From this position, extend your arms over your head. Extend your legs and hold it. Loop your arms around in a circle and then tuck your knees back into your chest. Give them a big old hug. It's called double leg stretch. Inhale, reach your arms and your legs. Hold it there when you get there. Exhale, loop around and pull in. Inhale to reach, hold. Exhale, loop around and pull in. Anchor your spine down to your mat as you reach long and hold. And exhale, pull back in. Lower your head down, keep your knees tucked into your chest. Rest. All right, 2 done, 3 to go. Reach your legs up to the sky. Take your head back up so your eyes are on your belly button, and then take your hands to the back of your right ankle or as far as you can reach, keeping your legs straight, As your left leg lowers down and then we switch it. Pull it in and switch. Pull in and switch. Pull in and switch. It's called scissors. Last one on each side. And then we take both of our legs back up. Take your hands behind your head to support your neck. From here, we lower the legs. We lift the legs. Little teeny tiny little lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let's go 2 more. Last one. And then we rest. Tuck your knees in. Lower your head down. Keep your hands behind your head. We've got one more exercise. You're going to make it. All right, from here, your eyes look back to your belly button. Your knees are tucked into your chest still. From here, it's called crisscross, not to be confused with bicycle, but very similar. You're gonna take your left knee and bring it to your right shoulder. Hold it there when you get there. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and then we switch it. And hold, 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 and switch. Think shoulder to knee, not elbow to knee, and switch. And switch. You're doing great, and switch. One more on each side. Last one. And then pop up into a seated position.
I can't pop anymore, Abby.
Oh no, no more popping.
You killed the popping. Okay, pop.
Woo. Okay, then we stretch it out. Nice job. Flip over onto your tummy. Hands are underneath your chest. You can just lower down. Legs are extended and your eyes are looking down to your mat for swan. Your elbows are pointed up towards the sky and your eyes are going to start looking down at your mat. From here, imagine you have a little marble on the end of your nose. You're going to press that marble away, opening up your head, opening up your chest, pressing your hands into the mat. Not so much that I like dip into my lower back, right? This is icky. We don't like that position. But if you can stay connected to your core and then press your hands to give you just a little bit of an extra boost, you can feel how you can stay in your core in this position. You should really feel all your muscles turn on, maybe in your glutes.
So elbows are like all the way tucked in?
If you can,
Okay,
ideally.
Okay.
Yeah, good question. And then we lower that back down. All right, again, we press that marble away from the end of your nose. Open up the chest. You look in front of you. This time, look to your left. Roll your chin down and around and look to the right. Look back to center and then lower yourself back down. You should get a nice stretch in the front of your tummy when you lift up and also through the middle of your back. Do that same thing again. Press that marble away. Open up your chest. You look in front of you. This time we look the opposite way. We go right first. Roll your chin down and around. Look to the left. Back to center and then lower it back down. From there, you can kick back into a child's pose, bring your hips to your heels, reach your hands forward on the mat. You're like, oh yes, finally stretching. Yay. Little stretchy stretch. You can reach your hands to one side of the mat, and then you can reach your hands to the other side of the mat. And then let's return back into center and lay yourself back down on your tummy. This time you can bring your elbows underneath you, so your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. You're in like this prone, like cobra position. Hands face in. I like to make fists and just press them down. You can plant your hands, whatever's comfy there. Works for you, works for me. Your tummy is pulling away from your mat. It might not actually like pull off of the mat, but think about trying to reach away from it. From there, we move into single leg kick. So one leg, we're gonna do a little double kick. You go kick, kick, extend. And then we switch it. Kick, kick, extend. Kick, kick, extend. Kick, kick, and extend. Hold it there. Now when you kick, kick, your other leg, think about pressing that one down. So one's pressing down as this one's kicking back, and then we switch it. Kick, 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 kick. Can you pick it up? Kick, kick, and switch, and switch. The rest of your body stays still, no movement. You should feel your hamstrings, back of the legs. Last one, and then you can find your child's pose again. Hands reach, hips reach back. How was that last one? Easy, medium, hard?
I like that.
You like that? Okay.
Easy, but that means I don't know my hitters right.
No. That's good to hear.
Right? That's a fair point. It's a fair point.
One thing you'll learn about me is when I ask you if it's easy, medium, or hard, that usually means that I'm asking for what's coming next. I would like to know.
Really hard.
It's really hard. All right, you can lay back down on your tummy. This time we're gonna have a little different placement. It's called double leg kick. Your legs are glued together, and then you're gonna take your hands and bring them to the lower back. So you can grab one hand onto the other hand. See how my hands are? Kind of like grab it.
Is it okay to grab by the wrist or is that a no?
Can you,
I can do it this way.
yeah, do it, grab the hand.
Grab the hand.
Yeah, you'll get a better stretch if you can grab the
makes
hand.
sense,
All right, then I'm gonna have you bring your left cheek to your mat. So you're looking to your right. Your elbows are reaching down towards the mat. You may not actually make contact yet, but you're kind of trying to reach them there. Now from this position, you're gonna do that same double kick, but now we go both legs. So both legs go kick, kick. Extend your legs. Let's do that one more time. Kick, kick, and then extend. Now we add on to that, after your kicks, you press your hands off of your butt, you lift your chest, you look in front of you. Good, lift your butt up, or lift your hands off of your butt, I should say. And then we switch directions. Now your opposite cheek goes down, your elbows go back to the mat, and then we go back to our double kick. 1, 2, extend your chest, open up, get your hands off of your butt, and then we switch again. We go back to our double kick. 1, 2, extend, open, and switch, and kick, kick, extend, open, and switch. One more time each way. Kick, kick, extend, lift, and last one. Kick, kick, extend, and open. And then you can bring your hands underneath you, lift up into a child's pose. That's why I asked if the first one was easy, medium, or hard, because it gets a little bit more progressed as you move on. You did great with that. Nice job. Once you get a nice little stretch there, we'll find a quadruped position on your hands, on your knees. All right. So big focus in Pilates obviously is core, as we found out, right? But another part of that is breathing and associating breathing to our core work. So we're gonna do a little drill here. When you're on your hands,
Together or separate?
say that again?
Are legs together or separate?
Good question. Like hip distance apart.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have at least like a fist between your two knees. Yeah. Okay, so once we're in that position, I want you to find what we call a neutral back position, meaning like if you were standing upright, how would your back be? You'd probably have a natural curve of your lower back, right? You're not gonna be like completely flat or rounded. Just kind of let everything relax. See if you can find that.
And then hands are directly under shoulders?
Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Yep.
Got it.
Okay, so from that position, without changing your back position, I want you to just let your tummy hang out. Just like what I would tell you usually not to do. Let your tummy just relax.
They weren't supposed to be already?
If it is already, perfect. So that's exactly how I want them to be. Okay? Once you have that, if you haven't already, I want you to, without moving your back again, pull your tummy up and in. And do you feel how your like deep abdominal muscles have to work to do that? Right?
Looking directly down at the mat?
Yes.
Okay.
And then again, without moving your back position, relax that. Let your tummy hang out without changing your back. And then again, pull that back up and in. You're working against gravity here. Usually we do this when we're laying on our back, so gravity kind of works in our favor. And this is the opposite of that, right? You have to work against it. And then you can relax that. Just do that a couple times where you pull in, you really feel your deep abdominal muscles, like lower tummy, kick on to pull that tummy up, and then relax it. Do that 2 more times. And then the last one, hold it there. Flex your feet so that your toes are kind of pulled underneath you, like pulled underneath your feet, you know what I mean by that? Just so they're not flat, yeah. Once you're there, keep the tummy pulling in as you extend one leg. Your whole body does not move, it is just the leg extending, and then we return that back in. We're gonna stay on the same side and do that 4 more times. Draw your abs in, extend the leg without shifting your back or hips, and then return that back in. And let's go 3 more. And return back in. 2. And 1 more time. And you should really feel your tummy working to make that happen. All right, and then we switch sides. Again, if you lost your connection to your core, find it again. Your back is relaxed. Your belly button pulls in towards your spine. Hold that position, extend your opposite leg, and then return that back in. And 4 more here. Extend it, return, and extend, to return. What was that, 3? Let's do 2 more. And 1 more time. Good, then you can get off the hands, bring your hips towards your heels. You just want to circle your wrists around, stretch them out. Awesome. All right, let's lay on your side. You're gonna line your backside up to the backside of your mat. Your butt, your back, your shoulder, and your elbow, everything is in line to the back, and your legs are towards the front of your mat. So I have this like, my legs are just reaching forward. Your top hand is just gonna plant right in front of you, and your bottom hand supports your head right at the base of your neck. Yeah, so it's just like a little pillow for your head. Yes, straight legs. And then Leah,
toes pointed or?
good question. It's very technical.
Oh, that's what you're gonna do to us.
I am. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you in a second.
I got it. It's coming.
Yes. If your hand right now is right here, see if you can move your hand to be like just holding the base of your neck. Yeah, that's better. I like that. If that's comfortable. Anthony, you can bring your hand like a little bit more behind, and then bring your elbow back a little bit more. Yeah, is that comfortable? Ish. Cool. All right. So, good question, Michelle. Bottom foot is flexed. Top foot is pointed. Okay? Lift up your top leg so that it's just floating off of your bottom. Without moving your body, just your leg is moving. Reach your leg forward, and then reach your leg back. Reach forward, reach back. Your bottom leg, you're gonna try to keep it pressed down, and your top leg, you're trying to squeeze your butt to reach back, and you're trying to kick the leg forward, finding a stretch in the back side. Forward and back. One more time, forward. One more time, back. Line your 2 feet up, back into your centered position. From there, your top leg lifts up to the sky, pull it down. Lift up, pull down. Kick and lift. Your top leg, if you can think about pointing your toes up so you have a slight external rotation in that leg. Lift and lower one more time. Once the leg comes down, we circle the top leg. Just a little baby circle. Little baby. Little baby. See if you can click your heels together when you pass that leg through. Good. And then start to make your circle bigger. And bigger. And bigger. Till you cannot make it any larger. And then switch your direction. Keep it large. Big circle. Don't move your hips. Rub your belly, tap your head. Just kidding, you don't have to do that part. And start to make your circle smaller. And then smaller and smaller until you have little teeny tiny little baby circles. Circle, circle. Click your heels when it passes through. 3, 2, and 1. Lift your leg up. Plant it in front of the other leg. Grab onto the outside of your ankle. That might be a really big stretch for some of you if you're like, absolutely not. Just plant your leg in front of you like this. That works too. If you can, it'll be a nice big stretch for your hip if you can get that leg up there. And then your knee presses away from you. Your bottom leg is the one that's going to be working now for inner thighs. You're going to lift that leg up and lower it down. Your foot is still flexed on the bottom, so reach through that heel. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. 3, 2, hold on the top of 1, and then circle it. Find those inner thighs. 3, 2, and 1. Switch the direction of your circle. Doing great, Michelle.
Doing great.
I see your face. You're like, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. Extend your top leg to meet the bottom. And we do this funny thing called beats on the belly. You're going to take your hands. You're going to bring that to your forehead. Lift up your legs. Lay on your tummy. Keep your legs lifted. And click your heels together. Click, click, click. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That was great, but we can do better. So lower everything down for a second. I want you to think about getting your thighs off of your mat by squeezing your butt. Okay, so lift up, hold it there, click, click, click. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From this position, you would normally just like keep your legs lifted and then flip to your other side of your mat. I'm gonna flip this way so you can still see me, so you don't have to look at my butt. But you can flip however your heart desires. You like looking at my butt?
We do all like looking at your butt. That's the whole point, right? No.
That's why I was here.
Yeah. All right, fine. You guys get to look at my ass then. I'm just kidding. I want to be able to see you.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so your hips, your back, your shoulder, and your elbow are all in alignment to the back side of your mat. Your legs towards the front of the mat. Top hand hangs out in front of you. Bottom leg is flexed. Top foot pointed. Check, check, check. Reach that top leg forward, top leg back. Forward and back. And forward and back. Anchor that bottom leg. Forward and back. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Leg comes back together to that bottom leg. Externally rotate. Lift the leg up. Pull it down. Lift up. Pull down. And lift to lower. And you're getting a little bit of sun over there.
A little bit.
Yeah. One more time. Once the leg comes down, we start with our little circles, little baby circles in one direction. Click your heels together, externally rotate that top leg, click, and then start to make your circle a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. Keep those hips still. Slowly start to make that circle bigger. Hello, glutes. Circle, circle, big old circle, as big as you can make it without moving anything else. And then switch the direction, keep them big. Big circle. And then start to make it a little bit smaller. The bug's off your mat. And then you get back to your little baby circles. Click those heels together each time. 3, for 2, and for 1. Lift that leg up, plant it in front of you. Whatever you did on the other side, try to do that same thing here. If you can grab the outside of your ankle, great. Or if you want to just plant your knee down, however works for you, works for me. Bottom leg, you lift and lower, you're reaching through your heel. Lift and lower. For 3, for 2, on your last one, hold at the top and we circle it. Reach through your heel like you're drawing a circle with it. You have a little teacup on your ankle, don't let it spill. No, you have a shot of tequila on your ankle, don't let it spill. Oh no. And switch directions with your circle. Circle, circle. For 3, for 2, and for 1, lower that leg down. Your top leg extends to meet the bottom. And then we'll bring it up into a seated position, facing one end of your mat. I'm facing the other way, but you could face me probably. I'm gonna flip around. Okay. Who remembers teasers? I know somebody does. All right, so teasers are a fancy Pilates term for like a V-up. If you've seen a V-up before, we just do it very specifically. There's lots of different variations that we do teasers in Pilates. We're gonna start with what we call a one-leg teaser. So I'm gonna have you start in your seated position, knees bent and your knees pressed together. And then extend one leg out in front of you. I'm already starting to shake, but you're gonna try to keep your knees glued as you're extending that one leg, and then your arm's gonna reach out in front of you. Okay, as slow as you can, you're gonna roll yourself down onto your back, keeping your legs in that same position. Lower back, mid back, upper back. Your arms reach up to the sky. Ideally, from this position, we roll up and out of here. If you need to give yourself a boost to get up, you can, or you're trying to roll your spine off of the mat. Good, keep that position. We'll do that one more time and then we switch it. Okay, so roll down with control. Lower back, mid back, upper back, arms reach. Exhale, chin tucks into your chest. Roll your spine off of the mat, reaching your arms in front of you. And then we switch that. Opposite leg reaches long, your arms are reaching. Draw your abs in and roll the spine down. Lower back, mid back, upper back. Arms reach. Exhale, plant that right foot or whichever foot's on the mat. Woo! And come back up. One more time there. Round the spine down. Lower back, mid back, upper back. Exhale, chin tucks into your chest. Come up and off.
Just gave out. It's fine.
I couldn't get it. I was like,
no, we're not doing that anymore. I just started.
You can plant that foot down.
Okay.
Nice job. Dive your knees forward. And then let's find a seated position on your side for mermaid. There's 2 options for leg positions here. This is like a 90-90 position. You've got a 90-degree angle in the front, 90-degree angle in the back. That's an easier variation. Or you can have your knees stacked. If you're like super flexible, you'll have an easier time with this one probably. Okay, your hand that's closest to your legs, whether you're here or here. What are we doing mostly? Everybody's kind of split. Good, I'll start like this and then I'll move. So you're gonna take your hand that's closest to your legs, that's gonna grab onto a leg, and your other hand reaches up to the sky. From here, exhale as you reach towards your legs, and then inhale to stack your spine back up, finding a T with your arms, and we lower down with control onto your elbow as your other arm reaches up and over. Inhale to stack your spine back up, and then exhale and reach. Inhale, stack it back up. I'm gonna just change my legs. Finding a T, and then roll down onto your elbow with control, forearm, up and over. Inhale, stack back up. and exhale, reach. Breathe in. One more time, down onto your elbow, up and over. Inhale to stack it back up. This time take your hand that's farthest away from your legs and bring that behind your head and cross that over for a little different stretch. And then you can keep facing the same side of your mat that you are. Just take your hands behind you and swing your legs to the other side. However you had your legs on the other way, we'll do the same thing there. Now the hand that's closest to your legs is gonna hold you up. The other hand reaches up to the sky. Reach up and over towards your legs. Inhale to stack it back up. Exhale to lower down onto your forearm, up and over. Use your core to bring you back up into your starting position, and then exhale and reach. Inhale to stack back up. Exhale, lower down with control. Inhale, stack back up, and exhale, reach. I think we got one more. Down onto your elbow. And then inhale to stack back up, and exhale and reach. So this time take your hand that's furthest away from your legs, bring that behind your head, and then cross that over for a little different stretch. Awesome. All right, bring your legs to one end of your mat. We get to roll one more time. Hands are gonna dive in through the inside of your legs and grab onto the outsides of your ankles this time. This is called seal.
Oh, I like this one.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, those of you that have done Pilates probably know what we're doing. From here, chin tucks into your chest, you've got this nice round back position. Now your leg and your arm position, think about pressing your legs into your arms, arms into your legs. So you're creating tension, just like how we started today. Same thing, just a little bit different. Chin tucks in, you roll back, you roll up, find balance at the top. Ideally, not touching your feet like I did. Roll back to roll up. It is hard to roll up. Think about pressing your knees almost together, and that will help to create some tension. The more tension that you have, well, good tension, not bad tension you have in your tummy, the easier it will get, right? Roll back, roll up. We try not to hold tension in our shoulders or, icky places, but in certain places we do want it. If you want to get really fancy with it, you can click your heels together like a seal, 1, 2, 3, and then you roll back, 1, 2, 3, and roll up, 1, 2, 3. Click, click, click. All right, once you bring it back up to your balance position, just plant your feet down for a second. So the end of the series, typically in Pilates, you end standing, because we want to take whatever you just did on the mat, you can take it and walk through the rest of your day and feel like you are taller and more refreshed and all of those good things. So this exercise we end up, what? Yeah, 100% better dancers, yeah. I bet you feel amazing.
I bet you'll feel amazing.
Yeah. I don't remember, I think it was maybe Luke I was talking to. He's like, when we did Pilates that one day, we went dancing that night, I felt so good the whole night.
It helps. It helps.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow might be a little dicey, but tomorrow's a couch day anyways, so it's okay. Oh wait, no, it's not a couch day. Oh shit.
There's no couches.
Oh well, there's
no couches.
It's a couch day in my house.
Summer, there's no couches.
Okay, so we ideally take this exercise into a standing position. If you would like to do that, you do your exercise, you roll back. I'm gonna show you one really quick. You get a couple in, and then when you're ready, you'll release your legs, you cross your legs. You can, ideally not using your hands, but you can boost yourself up if you need, and then you flip around, you would end standing. If you're like, absolutely not, that's not for me today, end the exercise, stand it up, and then we'll meet in a standing position. But if you wanna give it a go for it. Do a couple seal, maybe take your claps out just to get, since you're trying something new. Roll back, roll up, just get a couple in, and then when you're ready, cross your legs, release your hands, da-da-da-da, and then you releve, which means you turn around. Nice job!
It's better with practice.
It does. All right, and then once you are, I was just gonna say, actually, this is a good extra exercise to practice at home because you're in your own carpet or flooring,
you don't look super dignified, and, like, unless you're Abby doing it.
I've had a lot of practice. All right, so then we end the same way that we started today. Your heels are pressed together. Your toes are slightly apart. You have 4 fingers between them. Reach your arms up to the sky. Dive down. Draw your abs in. Let your head hang for a roll down. Hopefully you feel a little bit more flexible than when you started today. And then when you're ready, stack your spine all the way back up. Your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. Everything reaches back up to the sky. Take a big stretch up there. And you can bring your arms down, and you guys are done and done. Nice job. Woo. Give yourself a little pat on the back. You did great. Nice job. We whisper in your ear. Woo.